Hi, Usha.
Yeah, hi, Saras.
Hi. A warm welcome to the SayCheese platform.
Thank you,
Uh,
thank you, thank you for having me here.
yeah, it's a pleasure. So
Mm.
let me just give a very short introduction of you, and then we can delve into the very interesting topic of Belbin today. Even I am very curious to know what this is all about, given that even I come from a very corporate background. So Usha is an enthusiastic entrepreneur working in the HR industry for over 14 years. She is a certified Belbin practitioner who helps individuals and corporates in assessing their strengths and weaknesses and thereby leveraging the same to their advantage. So great, Usha. Over to you.
Thank you, thank you, Saras, thank you for that introduction.
So, Usha, let's jump in straight into the topic of Belbin and what it is all about and how does it benefit employees and organizations?
Sure, sure. Saras, Belbin as such, it's a word which is catching up off late in the Indian market. It's basically a UK-based tool. Belbin as such is a person's name. It's derived from the founder, Dr. Mr. Meredith Belbin, who was the person who, I shouldn't say who is, he's still going strong on 95 plus years and he's still strong and, working every day on this field, coming out with newer innovations, newer, additions to this tool. So this tool as such is a behavioral tool, if we could say that, because we have a lot of psychometric tools, so-called psychometric tools that I'm sure you also would have heard of. Lot many, who wherein the practitioners tell you to kind of fill in some questionnaire, and then you fill in, and then there's a report which is like your personality. They say Saras is a outgoing person or an intro, whatever, however it is. So it's basically the personality, which a psychometric tool kind of assesses. But how is Belbin different is it is a 360-degree behavioral tool. So when I say 360-degree, it is. I'm not the only person who's involved when I give an assessment about myself. So tomorrow, if Saras wants to assess about herself, it will not be only Saras who comes to me and tells Usha, look, I want to know something about my personality or my behavior or whatever. It will also be 6 of your observers. So when I say observers, it can be from any field, but we as practitioners prefer somebody who knows you professionally, somebody who knows you as a friend, somebody who knows you as a parent or a spouse or a family member. Just because, see, Saras as a colleague is not same as a Saras as a mother or a daughter or a wife or whatever. Nor is Saras the same to a friend, because we have, as human beings, we have different emotions to throw at different people, right? I mean, we don't behave in a given situation, we don't behave same way as we would behave in an office, nor compared to a friend. So we have different shades within us. So that is where this importance of this tool comes in, because they kind of assess, the observers also gives a perspective of what you are to them. What are the, not necessarily in the language that I speak as a Belbin practitioner, as a simple words, it's like a questionnaire. So is Saras a person who speaks a lot, or is Saras somebody who is who can handle crisis, or is Saras somebody who takes up risk? It's all a one word. If you look at the tool, actually it look like English teaching questionnaire to a kid. It's as simple as that. But then the introspection that you get out of it once the report comes out, it's unthinkable. We as practitioners call it horoscope, because it gives you that much of an introspection of the person, individual. So that is in case of what the tool does to an individual. Supposing we as practitioners run this test on you, we get a report, and then we are able to interpret it to you as to what your strengths are. And one correction is, I wouldn't call it, I don't like to call it as a weakness, because it's a balance that all of us have. If we have a strength, there is an associated disadvantage to that particular strength that we have. Supposing in my case, I am something called RI, that in our parlance what we call, it's called resource investigator. The disadvantage of that is, the main attribute of that role that I play is communication, that I can talk very well. But then the disadvantage that I bring is sometimes I talk too much, but then it can't, you can't neglect that, because that is a strength that I have. So you'll have to, so we as individuals, as practitioners, make you people aware that, look, this is the strength that you have, okay, and this is something that you need to improve. So I call it points of improvement. And which on a given time, if you're able to leverage both these things together, it can create magic, it can create wonders. In corporate world, it is something that we can't think of, because people who have used it, the companies who have used it, have felt a big difference in terms of what it would have been had it not been done, in terms of team workshops and motivations and projects and things like that. There are a lot of uses. So that's what Belbin is for you in a nutshell. It's a huge topic, I can go on and on, but then we have limited time. So it's a behavioral tool which helps you kind of introspect and within yourself and understand what you're capable of, what you can exhibit, what you can do much more. That's what it is.
So is there any specific industry or a level at which an employee has to be to benefit from this? Or is it
no, not at all. Even a student who is above, we recommend at least 16 to 17 years of age, because that's when they understand what we talk, because they are looking at a different, when we say 17 to 18, they are in that cross paths of looking at career and corporate and all that. So we recommend as young as that, so it doesn't have, that's the beauty of this tool. You don't have to have a set formula or a set standard procedure kind of a thing wherein you'll have to, only these people can take up. No, it's like as if even a student can take this up, and the uses are varied. That one individual report that you hold in the hand can create wonders for you in terms of your professional life, in terms of your personal life, and in terms of decision makings. Lot of usage. So as such, there is no hard and fast rule that only this person can take up. It doesn't. Anybody who wants to come forward and do their profile, it's called profiling. It's called profiling when you want to go through the assessment, Belbin assessment. So anybody who's interested is most welcome.
So for us to understand better, can you give us some example of through your career where you implemented this and what kind of benefits they could see?
Yeah, see, on an individual level, I will tell you, because there was a person who wanted to kind of shift from his completely, career orientation from whatever he was doing to a different thing, so he was, see, as such, we don't know. Like I told you, there are a lot of things hidden in us, and unless somebody points it out to us, we are not aware, I mean, it happens with all of us. Even a person like who knows in and out of Belbin, sometimes it happens to me. So what happened is, it was that, and we ran through a profiling for him, and which gives you, there are 9 roles, Saras, which comes out in a report. Which is having a technical parlance. We call it plant and shapers and specialists, and there are 9 different roles, which comes with each attributes. That supposing I say plant, it's a person who is who can create, who can think on ideas, who can bring in new ideas. So those are the guys who will be involved in project discussions, who can throw up ideas. You're sitting in a room and then you want some quick ideas to come out with, and this is the guy who can go, who will come up with. So this guy wanted to kind of shift, and then we identified that his career, he was a plant, by the way, and he had to choose, where his career was involves that kind of work profiling. He was into a software developer kind of a thing, but then we thought he wanted to get into something like out of box, think where he could use that kind of a character that he had. And where better than media and things like that, where you are every day, your brain is put to work with a lot of creativity, not that other industry doesn't have, but then media, that's what I feel, media offers you that much more challenge that you'll have to come out with. So there was a complete shift, and that helped him a lot, and it's been quite a while since I spoke to him, but I'm sure he's doing well in whatever he's doing now.
That's very insightful, and I hope a lot of organization and employees benefit from this Belbin.
Yes, it does. It does.
Thank you. And I just wanted to, any last words about Belbin or SayCheese before we close?
Yeah, sure. See, this is something that I tell all my, whoever, kind of at least has some knowledge on Belbin, that you should try it out at least once. You should, because it doesn't take, if you are doing it as an individual, it doesn't take more than 10 minutes, Aris. That I can guarantee you. It doesn't, you don't have to sit and rake your brain and, kind of think what I need to do and all that. So, and as for the observers, like I told you, doesn't take more than 5 minutes straight, so it's not a tedious process. So, you should try it out once at least, so that you know where you stand and you know what you're capable of. Like I told you, sometimes it doesn't hit us, when, in a normal day, that we are capable of doing these many things. But then when you have something like that, like I told you, a horoscope in front of you, where you can kind of use it to your advantage, nothing like it. It's like a mentor to us. It's like a guiding force to us, and which by and large stays with us for quite some time. We don't change. The nature doesn't change too much. So this report of yours can keep guiding you at critical moments, whenever you're stuck with somewhere, and you know what you're capable of. You have something inside you that you can portray, or you can bring it to the forefront and use it. So those moments, this will definitely help you. So what I suggest is you should at least try it out once.
Sure. Thank you so
much. And as companies, I would definitely recommend that if there are corporates in our audience, I would definitely recommend, because like I told you, only if you experience, you will know the magic. Only if you kind of go through it, you will know. Because it might sound a very cliche kind of a thing when I say Belbin does wonders, but it really does.
Got it. Thank you. And any last words for SayCheese? SayCheese,
what do I say? It's such a big platform, and like the word says, it makes people smile always, and especially the women fraternity, and it's just wonderful. And I don't know, it's really honored to be on this platform, and with a person like you and Rajpreet. I don't know how Rajpreet got this idea. With I'm sure she's a plant. She's come up with such novel out of box thinking. So I think it's a, because we don't have many platforms like this. At least I don't know many, where you can, women can, go out and try out different things. So say cheese, and let's all keep saying cheese always, and let happiness spread all around.
Sure. On that note, thank you so much. Thanks again for coming on our platform.
Thank you, Saras. Thank you so much for having me, and big thanks to Rajpreet and SayCheese team.
Sure, most welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Usha. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ashpreet. Thank you so
Honored
much.
to have you with us. Thank you, SayCheese.
Same here. Same here.